Welcome to the channel, everybody. Welcome back to another break pass series in association with ShotScope. I'm here at the beautiful Cowdray Golf Club. You can see the old Cowdray Castle there in the background, and I've come here to play 9 holes on my own, but I wanted to talk you through what I'm going to be doing. I'm trying to get myself prepared for an event coming up, and therefore I thought I'd come out here, do 9 holes, see if I can actually break par for those 9 holes, but also give you an insight into how I'm thinking, what's kind of going through my mind with regards to the shots that are in front of me, what's going on with my psychology, and hopefully we can all learn something as we reflect back on some of the things that I get done in this video. A big thank you to ShotScope. So all the information that are going to be popping up on your screen is from the stats of ShotScope. So if you want to go and check those guys out, down in the description. But let's get out here. Front 9 here at Cowdray Golf Club. It looks absolutely stunning. First hole then, 375 off this tee. It is slightly into wind, but it's completely blind up there. Obviously I've never played here before, so I'm just going to get a bit of an insight into the flyovers, and I'm using my ShotScope watch to give me an idea of mapping around the golf course. I'm going to take 3-wood because it's, like I said, it's only 375. 3-wood hopefully puts me in a position where I'm only going to have somewhere in the range of around sort of 150, 125 in. So let's just get the ball into position off the tee. Perfect, little fade down the left, cutting back to target. That's just what I wanted out of the first shot today. So a few things that I'm focusing on, certainly in my game at the moment, and I'll talk you through some of the technical elements, but I was up at Woburn doing a fitting with Titleist recently for the new GT fairways and driver, which I've got in the bag for today's break par series. And one of the things we talked about was trying to maximize, I've always been somebody that's kind of steered it around the golf course, and I need to sort of feel like I'm pressing it a little bit more. I'm not particularly wayward, so I need to try and push it out there possibly a fraction further if I can. Not hold back, if I'm going to hold back, hit a club less or hit a couple of clubs less and put yourself into position that way. Try and maximize the shot. Still trying to play the percentage game, obviously when going into greens, not always hitting at every flag, but certainly off the tee, trying to maximize what I can get with each club. Now you'll see as we go around the golf course that the hay is up, so if you miss the fairways or miss the greens and you get in the thicker stuff, you're in some trouble. 163 yards to the middle, 168 yards to the flag. I'm a little bit further back than I would like, but ultimately I'm not unhappy with this, because if I go 10-15 yards further up, it narrows in and then it starts running off down into the rough down there. So I think actually, could I got maybe 10 more yards? Yes, but I'm quite happy in this spot here. So remember, 163 is kind of my number. I'm trying to land it middle of the green if I can. I've got a 6-iron, which is a 168 club. I'm just going to try and hit a little fade if I can. Start it just left of that flag and then let it move on the wind, left to right. I've just pulled it, I've double crossed myself a little bit. Get lucky with that bunker there. Okay, I've probably just missed the left side of the green. It was definitely going left, wasn't it? So I definitely think I've hit the green there, and I think it's just shot off on this downslope, which is right on the front of that green, which is unusual. You don't see a massive sort of shift from top to down onto the green. I'm going with a 60-degree wedge. It's sat up really quite nicely, but because I'm coming from down to up, I'm not going to get the kind of check and spin that I'm expecting or hoping for, but it's all downhill to the flag, which means I want a little bit more loft, looking for the strike. And that should release down now. Keep feeding, keep feeding. Yeah, right choice of club. 56 would have really released too much there. On my own today, Bernie was supposed to be here, but he unfortunately not feeling great. So he's left me to come all the way up to Cowdray on my own to get some filming done. We've just done an amazing short course. They've just invested a lot of money into their short course, which is a 5-hole short course. You can check that video. Make sure you do. Just outside left edge. And then let it feed down to the cup. Yep, I will take that all day long. That is a tough opener. second hole then, 430 yards, which seems like a longish par 4, should we say. Going over this marker pole, so it's a bit blind, but the run out of this fairway, it kind of dips down and runs out in the middle there about 250 off this back tee. So you don't want to be going any more than 250 because you're going into the rubbish further in. So if you look down here, you can see there's quite a lot of divots. Now this is something that I picked up from the challenge tool, really, is that when guys get on the tee, especially in practice rounds, and they don't know where the golf course is going, they look to see what clubs are being hit off this tee, and you can see here with lots of divots, there's probably lots of irons being played, especially when it's running this time of year. So just a little tip for you, just be aware, if you're new to the golf course, what's being played from the tee boxes. So I'm going to go with this sneaky little 7 wood. This should go about sort of 215 yards maximum, which should, I think, be about right for this hole by the time it runs out. Oh, that was so good. I tell you what, fairway woods with loft are your friend. If you haven't got one, 5 wood, 7 wood, consider it. There you go, there's the bell on the left, there's my ball in the middle. Don't think I wanted to be any further than that. My 5 wood would have run out into that trouble. I wouldn't have been able to hit my 5 wood there, my TaylorMade. Again, use your GPS, get an idea if you're new to the golf course, see exactly where you should be going, plot your way around the golf course. It's not all just about battering drivers everywhere. We haven't even got to driver yet. But what a beautiful hole this is. Absolutely gorgeous. Loving the renovation of the new bunkers. You'll see them as we kind of make our way around this golf course. Just left with a lot of bat here though for me. It's 203 yards, playing 210 uphill. Massive runoff at the front there. I don't think I've got much of an option though. I mean, drivers just, even if the big hitters, the driver can't. I think this is the only play. However, gives me an opportunity to test out the old 7 wood again, doesn't it? Ball slightly above my feet, so therefore you'd think I should hit a draw. Bunkers down the right hand side. I think anything between right edge of the green and the flag. Try not to overturn it. Love that shape I got out off the tee box. Trust it. I've overturned it. Sit down a bit. Come on, sit. Sit. Oh, that's gone a long way. Sit down. Okay, a bit long, bit left. I feel like long left is maybe better than short. This is where I get myself into a pickle sometimes. What I do is I zap the yardage, hit the yardage, and I just get that number and then I react to that number. And the problem is, I'm reacting to a carry number. It was never a 7 wood up there. It's never. I don't want it to land next to the flag, do I? I need to land it just short and let it release up to the flag. So actually what I should have done there was taken a bit more of a note of my watch, and I didn't. I took a note more of my scoper, and I should have got onto the front edge and then let it release up the green from there. So it really wasn't a 7 wood, it was a 4 iron. I'd like to hear down in the comments, do you feel like you're someone that does that a lot as well, maybe? Focuses so hard on carry distances that you get a bit confused with numbers. I was never the best at maths, I'm not going to lie. It wasn't my strong point at school, I must say. Right, danger zone now, because I'm landing on a massive downslope towards that flag. So I've brought over my 56 and my 60, and it's a 60 because I need to get the elevation to get it to kind of stop a bit quicker. Everything feeding in out of that left side. Just open it up slightly, pop it forward, try and land it on the green, and then let it feed down to the cup. First little bit of check. Steady there, steady there, steady there. Hit it. Watch it, watch it. Okay. I feel like I've got 3 objectives today in this round. There's 9 holes. Don't get wet. That's objective number 1. Keep ahead of the group behind. That's objective number 2. And try and break par. I think it should move a fraction out of the left. Pretty straight, I've got that. Didn't hit it. Did not hit that. Okay, bearing in mind what I did on the last hole, I'm thinking now 168 to that flag, but I don't want to land it 168 because it's all running down to that flag. So I've got 7 iron which goes about 158, 160, and I think that's the number that I want to play to. Let it feed downwards. Just hold there, it's a little left. Catch a piece of that green. Sit. Oh, took a massive hop left. Right, not the best lie in town, but I've got a little bit of green to work with. Got a few things happening for me, which is ball's lying a little bit on the upslope, which means the ball's going to pop up, hopefully up in the air a little bit. I've got a 60-degree wedge. It should feed in a little out the right. Pop it forward and let it release down. Go. Steady. Oh, that slope. Massive slope. I will take it from that lie. I will take it. Should just wiggle a little outside the left. Not outside the hole, but maybe left half, left to centre. Yep, there. That's exactly what it read. And you get greens as pure as this. You get the read right, it's just getting online. First time GT3 coming out the bag today. 407 yard par 4 all uphill. Plenty of room out the right, so up the left is dead. That's the slider. That should be absolutely spot on. You know, it's really interesting, isn't it, when you get driver. I don't know if some of you struggle with this as well, but it's almost like I'm trying to get away from this steering of the golf ball around the golf course. So trying to, like I said at the beginning, kind of accelerate through and commit to the shots that I've got. And even that shot there, it was a little bit kind of chicken wingy, bit kind of find the fairway a little bit, and I got a bit of run out of it, which was quite lucky. I kind of wanted it to land kind of where it ended up, I suppose, and probably hit it, you know, I was getting out there at 265 to 270 on the range when I was hitting it and testing it. I've probably landed like 250 at max, and that's what I run to a little bit steery. Get yourself into position. Again, you know, that's where practice rounds come in, isn't it? You know exactly how far you've got to kind of move it, but you know, this is quite a wide open fairway, so I just feel a little bit disappointed in myself for not letting it go a bit more. But slowly we're getting there. 134 flag playing 147. That's up a lot, isn't it? Massively uphill. So 147 definitely. Flag looks like at the front. I'm going with my 148 club, which is my 8 iron. I just got to make sure I commit to this. I need to make sure I get the strike, because I do not want to be off the front of this green, because it could be down by my feet again. Yeah, just drew it in off that slope. I think that's going to be fractionally long, but I think that's spot on. Another little tip for you. My ball landed, I've just repaired the pitch mark, which was here. So I've actually landed it 1, 2, 3 yards onto the front, so 134 yards. It was playing uphill probably about 10 yards, so 144 yards. This is something I spotted when I was at the Open. Lots of players, they make notes of every single shot that they hit. They were taking the quads out on the golf course, so the shot tracking devices out on the golf course to track how much spin they get from the shots that they're playing and how far it's carrying on that particular day. They make notes of that, and then obviously they put that into a book. You've seen Matt Fitzpatrick do stuff like that. Well, lots of players do it. They just note out, how did the strike feel? Good. How far did it carry? 144. Good. If we look at my 8 iron, it probably carries, what did I say, 148. So it came up just a fraction shy. But just a good little tip there for those of you that are really keen when it comes to your stats. Just make notes of all the shots that you hit if you've got time. However, I'll just let 2 groups through because they are racing round, and so I probably don't have time to be doing all that. But I just think it's a good point to note that if you keep an eye on those sorts of shots, keep an eye on your strike, it kind of gives you a bit more of an idea in the future of how far each club actually goes. Right, slightly downhill, slightly, well, not a lot in it actually, I would say. Maybe a fraction left half. Let's get one back, come on. Travel, move right, move right, move right. Okay, that's a bonus, isn't it? Absolute Brucey bonus, that. Back to level. Okay, let's see if we... Oh, this could happen. Could be under par today. 475 yards, par 5 off this tee, downhill. You kind of want to, I feel like I want to press driver. Yeah, I think it's a cutty driver out that trap and let it feed off there. At the end of the day, at nearly 500 yards, if I don't hit driver, I don't think I can get there in 2. I just don't want to. My miss here is, well, I don't miss right really, is probably the play. So at the trap, let it slide, commit to the shot. Just like that. Go on, down there. Get down there. Miss everything. Oh, that's why I've put this club in the bag. That is a bomber. Now I'm happy with myself because I committed to that shot. There is trouble everywhere down this hole. I picked my spot, I hit the shape of shot that I wanted to hit. Yet, granted, I'm not always going to do that, but now it leaves me in a position where I can attack this green in 2, setting up an opportunity for a birdie, if not a big bird. I was really hoping that was not going to be a wood in there, but it's still my 7 wood. Again, I want to get this up the left and let it slide back. Wind's into now. It's 213 to that flag. Don't need to be too aggressive at that flag. I want to be barreling slightly left and trying to cut it in. Oh, I've drawn it. Go left then, go left, go left. Miss that trap. Bunker. Annoying. Left bunker was definitely the miss. Anything just right of this green is basically dead by the look of what I can see there. Well, actually it's a little bit more open than I was expecting, but it is, you're in trouble. There's trees, there's all sorts you can get yourself into, but I feel like I just bailed it a little bit again. Not quite fully committed, but then again, don't know the golf course that well, so can't be fully committed. Ball's ended up in actually not a bad spot. It's pin high. It's in a kind of a flattish part of that bunker, so oh, there's a little doctor in there, isn't there? I mean, this is as US Open as we can get, isn't it? I mean, wow. Couple of options. So I've got 56 and a 50 in my hand. I'm feeling like I don't want to. The problem with the 56, I'm almost going to have to land it in the upslope of that, the nod to the great doctor there, and I don't want to land it into that slope. So I'm thinking little 50-degreeer, pop it out short, let it release up. Feel like that's the play. Nothing changes with what I'm doing. Ball position just slightly off that left heel, keep that weight on the left side. Look an inch behind the ball, accelerate into the shot and let it release out. Don't check up on me, there you go, release up. Okay, popped out maybe just a little bit with a bit more spin than I thought, but a chance of a birdie. A little nod to Cowdray Golf Club, who invested a lot of money into their paths, the short course which we've already done the video on, and their bunkers. And I gotta say, the paths look absolutely beautiful, and the bunkers, well, they're just gorgeous to play out of. Golf course is looking hot, looking really, really impressive. Don't remember it that well when I last played it, which was a long, long time ago, but I'm gonna remember it now for sure. Tell you what, that did not need much more. It's all downhill to that flag. This is moving a fraction out of the right-hand side. Definitely think that was the right play with that 50-degree wedge. Get it releasing down there. You can even use a pitching wedge. Depends on how confident you are with your clubs. Scared me. Go, 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 go. Ooh. Yeah, we're in. Birdie. I'm put a smile on my face because I'm 1 under par, everybody. 1 under par. 472 off this tee. Just going to get me a bit of an idea as to what shot scope is telling me to get over the trap on the right is 225, so that's pretty straightforward, I think. I hope. Feeling quite good, so I feel like it's at that tree with my gentle fade that I've been hitting so far. That's a bit right, go hard. Go hard. We'll see. Bit up the right, we'll see. Got myself into my first, what I would call my first real spot of bother here, under the trees. Not going to lie, I've struggled with these shots recently, trying to hit these little chip outs because it's not a full shot, so I'm struggling to control the face. Kind of feel like I'm leaving it open all the time. So I'm going to aim it just a fraction up the left. I've got a 6-iron, I've got 104 yards to that flag, and I just need to keep it down, get it onto that fairway, and then let it release out. In fact, I'm going to try and hit a little, almost like a drawy kind of shot. Get a bit more run on it. Certainly did that. Go on, up you go, up you go. Get through that grass. Okay, just short. Interesting shot here. Loads of green to work with. And I really should be using like a pitching wedge or a 9-iron or something along those lines, or 50 even. But I'm going for 56 because this grass is quite juicy and I need some speed to go through it, and it's laying all kind of into me. So I'm de-lofting it slightly, handle slightly forward, and I'm just kind of popping almost like a little bit of a pop shot into it. Try and get it to release out to the hole. That's it, take a little bit of the spin out of it. Just dig down, accelerate into the shot, and it will release for you. Should be pretty straightforward mopping this up. Yep, a little bit of damage, as in a little bit of danger off the tee there, wasn't there? But salvaged the par, which is so important. 2 shots that I wanted to mention there, which was the shot from under the tree. I felt that if I got the thing to like turn over a little bit, like a little bit of a drawy chip shot with a 6-iron, you de-loft it slightly, turn the face in, and you kind of, it takes the spin off the ball. So when the ball lands, it kind of has more forward momentum. And it's definitely a shot that you want to experiment with. And then the shot there, which was the kind of pop shot out of that sort of sticky rough, again, taking the spin out of it, de-lofting it slightly. I probably turned it into a 9-iron anyway, but because I had the speed going into it, chopping down into it, it allowed it to release out rather than spin up or check up on the first bounce. Again, this is why having little shots around the greens, little experiment shots, testing everything out, allows you to learn. And you know, I've probably learned those over the years as a junior, playing lots of golf, watching other people, watching better players play those shots, asking questions, or even like watching them, experimenting with them myself. This is how you learn. You've got to go out and test different types of shots, get out of your comfort zone and test them out. 7th hole, 359 yards. Come on. Kind of in between clubs. I'm going with 3-wood. It's only 350. So it's a big dogleg round from right to left. I don't want to be down the left too much. 350 gets me probably downhill as well when it lands. So maybe I get this out at 250 off the tee. You know, leaves me 100 yards, which I think is, I don't want to run out of fairway if I really nut drive and it goes straight. Oh, little right, come on DH. That's me avoiding the left hook. I think it might be okay though. 147 yards, only just missed the fairway really, you know, I was flapping a little bit there. I've got my 138 club, which is my 9-iron, because the ball on the downslope is going to de-loft it slightly. I kind of want to, well, the pin is tucked in that back corner, so I need to chase this up, see if I can get the height as well. Come down, 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 down. Sit. Bit of a jumper out of that lie, I'm afraid. Right, I feel like I got a little, I don't know, a little unlucky I suppose. I got a little jumper, a little flyer, which made it land kind of just a couple of paces past the flag. Didn't stop. Now left with a little chip. I got a 50-degree wedge. I'm going to kind of lean it up a fraction, get a bit more of a putting stroke on it, just to get a little bit less grass between club face and ball. Keep it a fraction up the left, and then let it release. Steady, 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 steady. Yeah, I'll take that all day. That is a good up and down for me, that. A thought out up and down, that's what we'll call that one. 542 yards this par 5, 8th hole. bunker down there at 264, so I need to be keeping it just on the inside of that trap. But I could do with a bit of a ripper, to be honest. I've gone left of it. Not got the cut I wanted. Clipped it, but it's past it. It's almost like I found a little pathway there. Another good little shot for you to think about, that little chip shot that I played there. Get the club a little bit more upright. Get the heel off the ground. Kind of put the toe down. It's a shot my brother plays a lot, actually, with his pitching wedge. It just enables you to be able to get a decent strike on it. It doesn't get too snaggy in the rough stuff. And as you can see there, you just put a little putting stroke on it, pop it forward. It doesn't come out with a lot of spin and just releases out to the hole. It also comes out almost like fractionally dead. So you just got to be aware of that, because you're hitting it a little bit out the toe, so it just takes a bit of ball speed off. But again, a shot for you to have a little go with. Ooh, right, here we go. Down this little alleyway. So that's gone based on that 275, 280 off the tee. Left me about 280 in. Downhill, I just got to shape something. So I think if I can land this 220-ish, something like that, I can probably hook. Well, I'm going to try and hook a 7-wood, basically. Down the right, let it hook. Oh my god, that's so thin. Go. I got the hook, just a bit low. All located just up there on the right hand side or left hand side, which is absolutely fine. The second double green that I found on this golf course, the one back there was a double green. However, this one is dangerous, and I've seen this green before on the short course that they've just produced. This is all from there to there is all downhill, like severely downhill. Then it flattens out, then you've got a small backstop here, and then it's gone. It's gone through the windmill and gone. What an amazing green complex, but what a difficult approach, because I don't know where I'm going to land it. I've got to almost kill it here, kill it there, and then let it feed down to the hole, because if I land it with too much pace, it will just go. Even that backstop won't hold it. So kill it at the top, let gravity take care of the rest. Now I'm going to go with 56. I could go with 60, but I just need to make sure I get the chasing forward, you know. Keep it up the right, let it feed. Go, get over that ridge, get over that ridge. Oh, look at that. What does that need? Half a roll? And that is literally down by the flag. Oh, I think this isn't chipping, this is putting, isn't it? I just need to literally send it on its way. Keep going please. Okay, what a mess we made of this one though. That is so annoying. Oh, it's a par 5 bogey. I'm just skipping hole 9, our final hole, because there's a temporary tee which is quite a way forward. So even though it looks absolutely stunning, I'm going to miss it only because it's only like it's a flick. So I'm going to take us to another par 3, which is 11. So we're going to go a little bit ahead, get to 11. But when I look back on rounds of golf, and I'm sure you are the same, and I think to myself, like, where could I have saved a shot or two here and there? And I always feel like I'm disappointed, you know, with a round of golf. I always never seem to be able to, you know, finish under par regularly, which I feel like I'm capable of doing. And I look at situations like that and I think, what is that? Is that is that just a complete and utter brain fart? Is it just a little bit lack of concentration? What is it? You know, poor tee shot really, difficult second shot, which I got it. I mean, both of them ended up fine, didn't they? When you look at the reflection of it. And then being too cute, almost like, you know, I don't know. I just left myself an awkward shot, didn't I? And didn't quite get it over that ridge and one extra roll and you're down there, and it's an easy setup for possibly a birdie, you know, easy par really. However, we've got one hole left. It's a par 3, looks a stunning hole, so let's see if we can finish with a 2 and finish at under par. Why is it all the par 3s, that the short par 3s, the most gorgeous par 3s? 110 yards to the middle of this green. It kind of makes me feel of, or gives me the sort of sense of Marion, where Justin Rose won his US Open Championship. There was a par 3 there, I think it was sort of maybe later in the round, and they were all struggling to hit the green with like a sandwich. About 118 yards this flag, got my 50-degree wedge. Pin looks like it's back, but also back left. So I need to kind of, well, remember this is break par, so I could do with a birdie, but centre of the green is not a bad miss. Just turn over a smidge, please. Get back there. Oh, that's right on the back edge. Cool, I must have thumped that. What a golf hole. Again, like, this is such a big message to so many golf courses. You don't need 200-yard par 3s for them to be beautiful. I think Shane Lowry said it, didn't he? And he said he's never played a bad short par 3, but he's played loads of bad long par 3s. And oh, look at that as well. Let me just zoom in and show you this. Doesn't get much better than that. This time of night, get the sun dropping. Looks spectacular, doesn't it? All that hard work with those bunkers, and looks absolutely gorgeous. I really should be out droning this golf course now, because it is the perfect light, isn't it, for it? However, we have a putt to do the break par. I just want to take this opportunity to thank ShotScope for all their efforts in helping me put all this together. Very thankful for their sponsorship of this series. Come on then, a little out of the left. Slightly uphill. Pour it in, come on. It went, I knew it went, I knew it went. Oh, it's another failed attempt at break par. Well, there it is, another failed attempt at the break par series. I will get it done, I promise you. I will work harder and I will get it done. Big thank you to Cowdray. I mean, what a golf course, what an absolute delight this golf course is. You need to put this on your list. If you've not already done so, put it on your list. They've got accommodation on site. I'm staying there tonight in their lodge, and I'm looking forward to that. Like I said, I will get this break par series done. I just want to take this opportunity to thank you for sticking with me for those 9 holes. Hope you got something from it as well, because ultimately that's the idea of these videos, is to share with you the thoughts that go through my mind, the shots that I have to deal with. I hope you've learned something. Don't forget, if you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you again very soon.